Hello, everybody. Hello, it's Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop. It's Thursday, and so I get to hang out with you guys and spend some time with you. How is everyone? Hi, Kim. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for jumping on. Hello to everybody. Oh, and I missed up above. Menthia, hello. So glad to have you. So Menthia and Lisa are two new kind of stitchers to the community. They've reached out to me. They're going to join some of our existing stitch alongs. And then Lisa for sure has signed up for some of our future stitch alongs. So welcome, Menthia. I'm so glad that you could jump on. Thank you so much. Hi, Lynn. So good to be with you guys. Like I said, today's Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. I am Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop. And today is our live stream day. And so I get to spend some time with you guys and catch up on your weeks. How is everybody doing? How's your week going? Are you getting in any good crafting time, or have you been super busy? Julie says, hi, not new to shopping your store, but new to being here for a live. Hello, Julie, welcome. Yay, I wish I had like fun graphics, which I'm working on learning how to do that, and learning how to do those things as a 40-something-year-old is tricky. My husband and I were trying to watch some video to learn how to do more stuff with the live stream and be able to not have to hold up cards and try to make it look a little bit more professional. And as we were watching it, I had my husband watch it with me because he used to do that stuff. His major in college before he went back and got his master's was in mass communications and TV broadcast production. And so he's familiar with all that stuff. So I thought, why don't you watch it with me? Because you might understand it more than I am. It's totally going over my head. And so we sat there and we watched it, and we were both like, what are you supposed to do? And I said, are you understanding any of this? And he's like, no. And I said, gosh, we are so old. Like, we're just out of that realm of, a lot of it is aimed towards gamers. And so it's just a completely different language than I'm used to. So we're trying to wade our way through that water and figure out how to kind of be able to up our game a little bit with our live streams. So stay tuned for that. And there may be some future live streams that I'm like, please be patient with me as I'm trying to figure stuff out. Let's see. Kayla says, hi, everyone. I feel like I have been gone for months. Happy to be back on live. Thank you so much for jumping back in, Kayla. I hope you had a good break, and hopefully you had new or fun and exciting times. Sam's Gillum. Hi, Sam. She says, new tech is so hard. It is. And I think that I'm kind of a tech savvy person, but clearly I am not on that level at all. And my eyes were opened wide, and I was given a little bit of humble sauce. Kim says, I am so itching to work on my dwell kit again, maybe this weekend. Ooh, I can't wait to see more pictures of that. Make sure you post pictures because those little houses are so, so cute. Sharon says, I'm good to just be able to comment on live. Oh, I hope you are doing well. And I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're feeling well, Sharon. And then let's see. I think that's it from everybody. Hi, Shelly. I'm working from home today, so I finally get to join. Yay! So glad to have you. Yay for working from home. Okay, so I have lots of good stuff to share with you guys today, and some teases a little bit, and some exciting upcoming plans. Like, it just makes me giddy to even think about it. So I can't wait to share it with you guys. So let's see. First, I need to catch you guys up. The Hamilton story continues in our house. So I think I've told you that, okay, we're huge Hamilton fans. We've watched it on Disney Plus. We love it. I would like to watch it again. Haven't had time to sit down and watch it again. Oh, Lynn says the way your channel is designed is perfect. Don't worry about adding new ones. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And then Menthia says, hello, first time with you. Haven't got my kit yet, but can't wait. It is on its way. And Lisa, I got a message from her. She received hers, and yours was like a day or two maybe behind hers. So it's coming for sure. You should get it soon. And then Homemaker's Life. I'm new to quilting. Just found your shop today. So happy I did. I'm so happy too. Yay. Thank you so much. If you ever have any questions, just feel free to either ask on here or send me an email and I'll do my best to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, which happens often, I will figure it out for you and I will find somebody who does know the answer. And then Kim says, yes, Hamilton, it is on the background here. So fun. So we have been listening to it so often. So the soundtrack has been like the go-to music. We listen to music a lot. We play cards a lot. We're kind of a game family. And so at night before the kids go to bed, after we put our little one to bed, sometimes we'll have a family game night. And often we play cards or some type of board game. And we always have music going. And when I'm in here stitching or sewing or doing work like that, I usually have the Hamilton soundtrack playing, which I told you last week because I started to cry when I was cutting fabric during one of the sad Hamilton songs. And so anyway, my kids have very funny sense of humor. And so they have started this new thing where every time I walk into a room, they say, all of them, whoever's present, says, here comes the general. And then to add to it, my little one who has been walking around saying, rise up, she does it in perfect time. The older five say, here comes the general. And then my little one says, rise up. And then they say, here comes the general. And she says, rise up. And so, and then they just roll with laughter. And my husband thinks it's hysterical. And so everybody's laughing. They think it's just the funniest thing. And I can't believe that I have a 1-year-old who's walking around saying, rise up. It's hysterical. Kayla says, we have also been listening and watching Hamilton. I am so happily surprised that our kids love it just as much as we do. I know. Well, the music is so good. And it's really had us delve into more of that history and having discussions about that, which has been good and interesting to kind of hear their perspectives on different pieces of it. Kim says that's hysterical. And Kim Miller says, I love it. Your kids are hilarious. Yeah, they think they're hilarious. So let's just keep that in a box. They don't need to think they're any funnier than they already think they are. So that's kind of the funny thing that's been going on this week. They get a big kick out of that. Okay, and then last week, hi, Sue. Thanks for jumping on again. Last week, the question for the giveaway was, do you have any suggestions or questions or improvements for the website, or do you like it as it is, just to make it more user-friendly for everybody? And I got so many good suggestions, you guys. They were great suggestions and so helpful. So I want to go through them quick so that you know of any changes that I've made. The first one, somebody had asked for putting DMC in order. And so I can't really control, at least not that I know of yet. And we just talked about my tech skills. So maybe there is a way to do it and I just don't know it. But I don't know how to put it in order yet. But when you go to the DMC floss page, so if you go to cross stitch and then you go under DMC floss, and it will pull up all of the DMC floss that's in the store. And then there's this little function right under here that you can sort. And so it automatically has it defaulted to sorting by bestsellers, but you can change it to sorting alphabetically, A to Z, and then that will put it in order numerically. So there's a little trick for you for the website. For DMC floss, because it would be so helpful to have that in order if you're looking for a specific floss instead of having to scroll through everything. Just sort alphabetically and it will put it in numerical order for you, and then you should be good. The other thing is you can always use the search box. Just type in DMC and then type the number, and if we have it, it should pull it up automatically for you. So either sorting if you're kind of browsing, or use the search box if you're looking for something specific. So that was a good thing for DMC floss. And then the same question was asked for fabric, if I could organize it by fabric collections. And I have thought about that and debated about it and kind of been dragging my feet about it a little bit. So I'm going to look into more of doing that, especially as I get more yardage and start carrying complete collections. It would be helpful to have it organized by collection. So I am going to look at that. But in the meantime, Homemaker's Life said, oh, I didn't know you had DMC too. Yes, so I have DMC floss, and eventually someday I'm going to start trying to carry Classic Colorworks. But when I tried to order that previously, it was all out of stock. So I couldn't get any of it. So, and then they don't do back orders, that distributor doesn't. So then I have to order it again sometime. So I'm giving them time to kind of have it in stock, and then I'm going to try to place another order. So I will try to carry Classic Colorworks eventually. But so for yardage, you can do the same thing. You can organize it, do the sort by and organize by alphabetically, and then it will automatically put it into fabric collections. Because the way that I list it in there, I always list the fabric collection as the first part of the title. So then it will automatically sort it by fabric collection. If you're wanting to look specifically for Singing in the Rain fabric or at home fabric or Be Basics or Dear Christmas or whatever, sort it alphabetically, and it'll organize it for you. So those are a couple tricks for navigating the website. And then the other big suggestion that was made by Kelly actually was to add a wish list feature, so that as you're shopping, if you you can just keep adding to your list. So then when you go to place another order, you have all those items in your wish list to add to your order, or it helps you to not forget stuff. So some people were experiencing, oh, darn it, I forgot to order this. And then if they contacted me, oftentimes I would already have their package packaged up and already out the door, because I try to do that like as quickly as possible. So then I couldn't throw the thing that they forgot into their package. So with the wish list function, you can have that list attached. It's connected to your account. And so then you can always just have whatever you want to add to that list on your wish list. So I added that function last week. And so when you go to any product in the shop, you can see right underneath the add to cart. So this kind of aqua blue says add to wish list. And you can just click that and it will automatically put it onto your wish list. And as long as you have an account set up through the website, your wish list will be connected to that account and it will be there for forever. And then I think that those items come off of your wish list when you place an order for it and when you order it. So the wish list function is out there, and I was really excited about that. That was a great suggestion. Oftentimes I don't think about some of that stuff because I'm kind of too close maybe to the website that I don't think about it. So if you have suggestions like that, like just let me know. Some of it I might not be able to do because I'm limited based on the platform that I'm using, but if I can do it, and then I will definitely do it to make it easier for you guys. So that was a great idea. Thank you so much for your guys' suggestions. Those were really great. Sam's Gillum says, yay, that happened to me with pins. Forgot to add them to my order. So happy for the wish list. Oh, good. Thank you, Kelly, for suggesting it. Yes, Kelly, that was a great, great idea. And then over here, Judy says, greetings from Rocky Mountains. Hi, Judy. Thanks for jumping on. And Laura, hello. She says, I love Classic Colorworks. And Kim says, yes, that was great. I have already added to my wish list. Great feature. Good. I'm glad that people are using it. And Elizabeth says, my wish list would have all the cross stitch and floss. Just put the entire website in my wish list. That's how I would be. And then Terry C, I would like to see pre-orders for cross stitch patterns. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So I can look into that. Hi, Patty. Thanks for jumping on. Maybe do like an coming soon section for cross stitch stuff. The interesting thing about cross stitch is I oftentimes don't get, there's not as much of a lead time. Like usually the designers announce it as they're shipping it to distributors. But that's definitely something to look into. Thank you, Terry. That's a good suggestion. I will look into that. Okay, then I'm going to jump into some stitch along stuff because I have so much stuff to share with you guys. So first up, we have Frosty Forest, which when you post pictures, please use the hashtag HLSS Frosty Forest SAL. That stands for Happy Little Stitch Shop. Frosty Forest SAL stands for Stitch Along. So then anybody who's doing it can follow this hashtag and they can comment on your pictures and encourage you, and everybody likes to see how everybody else is doing. And also, don't forget that we have on Facebook, we have our Happy Little Stitchers group that you can request to join. And we've gotten a really nice community out there who shares all of the projects that they're working on. It doesn't have to be cross stitch, doesn't have to be quilting. It's just a mixture of everything. And it's really fun seeing people's projects on our Happy Little Stitchers group. Elizabeth, oh my gosh, that little pig cross stitch was adorable. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. My eyes started to well up and I started to look like I was going to cry. My kids are like, what? And I was like, this little girl, she made this little pig cross stitch. It's adorable. I cannot wait to have her stitch along for Happy Little Stitcheroos. And I told my girls, I showed my girls who are stitching along too. And they were like, oh, I mean, they're just getting really excited about stitching with people like across the country. Like it's just a very interesting concept for a kid. This isn't someone that you go to school with. It's not somebody that you hang out with or but yet you have this common thread that you're doing together. And so it's kind of cool. And they were like, oh, that's really neat that she's doing that. And I said, this is the hope, is that people will share these pictures and you'll get to see how other people's stitches look, and they'll get to see yours. And it will kind of create this little Happy Little Stitcheroos community, for the kids to enjoy. So I thought that was adorable. And thank you so much for posting it. It was so, so cute. Kayla says, I'm so far behind on Frosty Forest. I need to catch up. No worries. I'm so far behind on Celebrate Tiered Trays. It's not even funny. Kim says, I love the wish list idea, but I'm like you, it'll be almost the whole website. And Elizabeth says, my daughter Charlotte. Okay, her name's Charlotte. I didn't know. Is currently dancing around the kitchen. Hello, Charlotte. We're so happy about your little pig. And I'm curious if you named your pig, because as I was looking at how adorable that cross stitch was, I was thinking of names that I would name that little pig. So I'm curious, Charlotte, did you come up with a name for your pig? And then Kim says, yes, I love her daughter stitching too. I don't know what age to start Ray, but she seems too young at 5 to have the attention span. But someday, yes. Oh my gosh, Ray would be so much fun to stitch with. And then Kim says, Addie is thrilled to stitch with other kids. Oh, yay, I'm so excited. And then Patty says, the request banner is right in the middle of your face. Oh no, request banner. I don't know how to get rid of it. Oh. I don't know either. I don't see it. Is there an X that you can push? I don't know. Okay, so for Frosty Forest, right now we are finishing up Snowgirl's Cottage. It's so, so darling. This was a lot of fun to stitch. Oh, good. Sam's Gillum says, Patty, she was able to just swipe it away. Swipe that request banner away. So Snowgirl's Cottage, this is what we're finishing up right now. And then we are moving into, I'm going to be sending out invoices probably early next week is what I'm thinking. You guys will be getting this one, which is called Snowy Reindeer. We only have 2 left in this stitch along. Can you believe it? So next up is Snowy Reindeer, and it is adorable. I don't think we have any cottages left to stitch in this. We have this one, and then we have the center one that says Frosty Forest. I can't believe how quickly that has gone. And here we are. We have an entire series stitched. Like, that's really exciting. That's so cool. It seems a little daunting when you first start, but time goes by so quickly. And if you keep up with it each month, which I have been for some, but have not been able to for others, then by the time it's almost done, you're like, holy cow, I have a whole thing. So which one is Snowgirl's Cottage? This one over here, the blue one. That's Snowgirl's Cottage. I finished that up a couple weeks ago. It's adorable. I love that foundation, those bricks. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So here's the whole thing. And then Menthia. I know that Lisa had questions about how I started this. And so I started up here in this corner up here. And what I did is I measured down about 2 inches and I measured in about 2 inches. and that's where this corner is. And then I started the border for this stitch. Even though this is the next stitch that we're going to be doing, this is the first stitch you start. So Raccoon's Cabin is the first one, and it's in the top center. But I did the top, what is this? Top left. Yeah, I did the top left border first. All of the borders are the same except for the middle one. I think the middle border is different, but for the other 8, all of those borders are the same. So I just used my first pattern, stitched the border for this left one, and then it was really easy to jump over to the center and stitch the center border and then stitch the rest of the chart in the middle. So that's what I did. I didn't start in the middle. I didn't do anything like that. I just measured in 2, measured down 2, where those 2 meet is right here. And then I started my stitch there and just stitched over, down and around, and then leave 2 stitches in between here, and then start your border here. And then there are 2 stitches in between the rows. So 2 stitches in between the columns and 2 stitches in between the rows. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And I typed that out to her in an email, but sometimes it's easier to see what I'm talking about. It's hard to describe that on an email. Sam's Gillum says, love the cottages. They are so cute. They are so cute. I have a thing for stitching cottages and houses. Like, I just love it. I love stitching. And actually, that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to in the, it's hot in here. Shine On Block of the Month Club. I'm looking forward to that house. And the Shine On cross stitch one. I'm looking forward to stitching that house in there. Kim says, I just adore this series. Yours is beautiful, Angela. Thank you, Kim. Yours is gorgeous too. Oh my goodness. And yes, this series, I adore it too. I adore it because it is the first series that we've done, and it connected me with some of you people who are still here with me, 7 months later. So it kind of has a special place for me. Sharon says, that's adorable, Angela. Thank you. Elizabeth says, do you have a finishing idea? I do. I do have a finishing idea, which it's always interesting to see if it works out the way that I have it pictured in my head. So we'll have to see. But I do have a finishing idea. I already bought the piece for it. I just need to, for me, like, I see it in my head, and then once I get into it and start to try to make it look like that, sometimes it works out and sometimes I go a different direction. So we'll just have to see how it all comes together. But I do have an idea, and I'm anxious to see if it works. Laura says, now I want to do the Frosty Cottage series. Those deer are so cute. Where did you get the needle minder? Oh, it's a Snoopy needle minder. I got it from a good friend who sent it to me as a little stitching gift because I love Snoopy. I'm a big Snoopy fan. And she found this Snoopy needle minder. And so it showed up in the mail one day, which was so, so sweet. And every time I look at it, I think of that person. And I love it because I love Snoopy. And so it's a fun needle minder to have. I'd really like to find a Christmas Snoopy one to have for Christmas stitches. And then the bag, Sharon made the bag. So Sharon, at Sharon's Bags and More, she makes all of the project bags that I have. So she made that Snoopy one for me. I said, can you please make me a Snoopy bag? And she did. Menthia, I have never started in a corner, but like the idea. Yes, I think we can do it. Awesome. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, for this one especially, and for some of the other series that have the borders, it just seems to make sense to start in a corner instead of trying to start in the center, especially when the first pattern isn't in the center. So I like starting in the corner. I used to start in the center all the time, and I just found myself being frustrated with it. And so now I start in the corner, and it seems to make more sense for my brain. I don't know why. And then Debbie says, is that series still available? Yeah, I just signed up Lisa and Menthia for it. So I sent them all of the stitches to get them caught up to where we are now. So yes, it's still available. You can either join it through the Stitch Along, or the individual patterns are available on the website. The downside to just doing the individual patterns is that you won't get the whole kit. Like when I do the stitch along, when somebody signs up for the stitch along, then they get the cloth with it. As long as I still have it, that's the other thing. So if you're interested in doing that, just contact me and I'll check and make sure that we have the same cloth or at least a similar cloth. And then the floss kits, you get a floss kit. For this one, you get a floss kit for each month. For any, now going forward, for any future stitch alongs, if it makes sense, I do one floss kit for the entire series, because oftentimes for these series, they use the same colors throughout. So now if it makes sense for the series, then I try to just do a floss kit for the whole thing. So you get floss kit and then patterns. So if you're interested in that, Debbie, just send me an email and I can check through that and make sure we have all the stuff. And Laura says she loves Snoopy. Me too. I love Snoopy. Okay, then we're moving on to Cottage of the Month. This has been one of my favorite series as well because I love stitching cottages, and these cottage, I also have a thing for monthly themes. And so these cottages are perfect for me. So HLSS Cottage, SAL is the hashtag you would use for that. We are finishing up August, which is a little beach house, little waves crashing up on the shore at the bottom. And we are moving into, which I'm kind of excited about this one because I think this one looks really cute. We're moving into September with the apples and the red cottage and the little basket of apples. I love it. So we're moving into September. Again, those invoices will probably come out early next week. This is my August. That is done. Finished that a while ago. It's cute. I love it. I can't wait to get all of these finally finished. And then I'm going to do like a months of the year display up in my little one's room. I'm going to frame them all and I'm going to hang them up there. That's my plan with them. So the finish, I'm just going to frame them for finishing. Nothing super special for finishing for those. And then we have Farmhouse Christmas. This one is super, super fun. It is HLSS Farmhouse SAL. Beautiful job. I love the cottages. Thank you so much. I don't know what to do with that name. Nan May. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to send me like a name to really use, then I will use that. So for Farmhouse, we are finishing up Grandma's Quilt. Nancy. Oh, good. Nancy. Sorry. My husband, sometimes when he watches parts of these videos, because as he's working on trying to learn the tech side of stuff so that he can help me, he might watch it and he sees me butcher someone's name and he rolls with laughter. And I feel bad about it. But sometimes people's names, if you try to pronounce it phonetically, it's hard. So I don't mean to butcher anybody's name. Sometimes when I look at it, I get caught off guard with trying to pronounce it the right way. So Nancy, good. And she says, no worries, beautiful quilt squares. Oh, thank you. So yes, this is the Grandma's Quilt. This is the one we're finishing up right now for Farmhouse Christmas. This one was a lot of fun to stitch, even though it's not a cottage. And we're moving on to Pinewood Farm. It's so cute. It looks like a little log cabin with the sign that says farm and the little wagon. It's adorable. I love this series. It is so, so fun. And I love the way that it looks. This is another one of my favorite project bags from at Sharon's Bags and More. I get lots of questions about where I get the project bags from. So I'm going to try to make sure that I mention that on here so that people know that. So she's on Instagram, Sharon is. She does an amazing job with the quality of her project bags is just superb. And she is on Instagram, and when she has bags available, she posts them to her Instagram account called at Sharon's Bags and More. So she doesn't make them like, she has other stuff that she does outside of making project bags in her life. And so she doesn't have them out there continuously, but when she gets some made, she'll post them and then you can claim one if you are interested in buying it. So that one in the middle, that is Grandma's Quilt right down there. And that's number 5. So we're moving on to number 6. But I just think that this series is so, so pretty. It really does have a farmhouse feel to it. It's so pretty. So I'm excited to keep stitching on that one. We only have, what? 4 more. That's also crazy. 4 more. So that's Farmhouse Christmas. Pinewood Farm is next up. Let's see. Addie is joining us now too. Hi, Addie. She says, hello, Miss Angela. Oh, you are a sweetheart. Hello, Addie. I am so happy that you were able to jump on. Did you see the bunnies in the garden quilt kit that your mom got? And are you so excited for her to make it? I'm excited to see it. And then Sharon says, oh, I can't wait to get to Grandma's quilt. I am still behind. No worries, but I will tell you Grandma's quilt is a lot of fun. Sam says, I'm dying over the project bags on her Instagram, hoping she'll do a matching for Shine On stitching when it's out. Sharon, did you hear that? That is such a good idea. Oh my goodness. That would be really, really pretty. A Shine On project bag to match the Shine On Stitch Along. That's such a good idea. Kim says she loves that sewing machine stitch too. She's very excited for the bunnies. Oh, good. Good, good, good. I know Sharon is thinking about it now. Sam, you have her thinking. She said, I will see what I can do. No promises, but she will see what she can do. Okay, and then we have Truckin' Along, HLSS, Truckin' SAL. This is the series by Stitchin' with the Housewives. And you guys are finishing up July. Victoria, I don't know if you are on here, but she's been sharing her stitches and they are so darn cute. So people are finishing up July right now. And you should have received by now, as long as your invoice was paid, your August one. So this is August. And I have received the September patterns. And of course, I'm short on some floss for September. So I have that on order. I've had it on order for a few weeks. And so hopefully I will get that soon. And then we can get on track with, being more timely with these patterns. I saw that they released the pictures of the October one. I've already pulled all the floss for October. So I happen to have all of the floss for that one, which was, I love it when that happens. So I've made up all those floss kits and have them set aside for October so they're ready to go. So I'm just waiting on some that were delayed for September. And then those will be ready to come to you guys. Nancy says, oh, I need that one. I just adore the trucks. I didn't know there is a stitch along. Yes, there is. So we started with June. So I think we're on our 3rd one right now. We've done June, July, and August, and then September and October, the pictures have been released for it. So those will be coming. We're a little bit behind schedule because of floss delays. So I don't have like an infinite quantity of flosses. So sometimes when I get these or when they release them and I can see what floss is on there, I've been ordering them right away, but there have been big delays with floss. And so I just have to be patient until the floss comes in, and then I invoice and get them out as soon as I can once the floss arrives. So yes, if you're interested in that, let me know and I can look and see if we have all the stuff to get you set up with it. I'd be happy to do that. And then we'll move on to Jack Frost, HLSS, Jack Frost, SAL. We are finishing up Family Fun. Nancy says, looks like I need to go shopping. And if you guys can believe it, so I turned this one over to my mom. I got a little bit overwhelmed with my stitch alongs. Turned this one over to my mom, and if you can believe it, she caught up. She finished Family Fun. She is completely caught up now. So Family Fun is what we're finishing up right now, and then we're moving on to Balsam Fir, and look at that truck with the tree in the back. It is so darling. And let me show you my mom's stitching. I cannot take credit for any of this except for the top except for the cabin. That's really the only thing I stitched on this. So this is where she is. She's totally caught up. I can't believe it. That family with that tree was adorable. She brought it up and she dropped it off yesterday. And then we did a little bit of work because I got a small order of floss yesterday of stuff that was back ordered. And so we worked with that. And when I took it out, I was like, oh, that little family is so darling. So there it is. She is all caught up. She is amazing. She cranked through. I can't believe she's all caught up. She's ready to start on the next one. So that's Jack Frost. Sharon says, bravo, Mom. Kim says, your mom is amazing. She is. Kim says, oh my word, she is cruising through that. It is beautiful. She really is. And she's enjoying it too. Like, you know, I don't want her to do it if it feels like it's work. And I told her that. I was like, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. She's like, no, I want to do it. And so she started it and she's like, oh, this is really fun. This series is really cute. She likes it. Is there 2 layers of fabric on the Jack Frost? No, there's not. I probably just had it folded in half, but no, it's 1. And that cloth is Fabric Flare Cafe au lait, which is beautiful. And I'm so glad that we picked that for this stitch along. It's got kind of that mottled hand-dyed look. No, I just didn't cut it. So there's just 1 layer, but I just didn't cut it. And I probably should cut it. I'm bad about cutting my cloth. I like to just stitch it up and then I cut it at the end. So no, there's just 1 layer, Elizabeth. I was just holding it, folded up. Okay. And then we have Welcome to the Forest, HLSS, Welcome Forest, SAL. And we are finishing up number 2, which is called Forest Deer. And it is so darling with those little toadstools and that tree, and the colors are fabulous. And we are moving on to, and I think this one is even cuter than that one. Nancy says, I just love that cloth. Me too. I love the Fabric Flare cloth. I love that hand-dyed look. I love it. This one is called Forest Raccoon and Friends. Guys, look at that owl in the tree and the raccoon on the tree stump. And then there's a little bunny. It's adorable. So this is the one that's coming to you guys for Welcome to the Forest. And keep posting pictures. I would love to see pictures of that one because I'm not sewing that one with you guys. And then HLSS Celebrate SAL. So this is our Celebrate tiered trays. Yeah, Judy, Judge Judy, if you're interested, just let me know and I can make sure that I have everything that I need and I can try to hook you up. So just send me an Instagram message or an email and I will try to help you out with that. Working on the deer, Laura says, I can't wait for the next one. The next one is really cute, Laura. Okay, so for Celebrate tiered trays, we kind of got a little bit, you're welcome, Judy. We got a little bit off schedule with this one because of floss delays. So some of you guys have been contacting me like, where I didn't get an invoice for summer or for the July one. Where is it? What's going on? And I've been trying to do updates on here and I realize not everybody watches it, but watch it. And if you want updates on what's going on, I'll usually talk about it here each week. But I just did a post a little bit ago to update everybody. So the first one we did for this one was spring. These patterns are beautiful, but they are involved. They're bigger, so they take longer. They're not like your Frosty Forest size or Welcome to the Forest or Farmhouse Christmas or Jack Frost or any of those. These are much larger patterns, so they do take a lot of time. So I know that most of you out there from people that I've heard from are behind on this one, and that is okay. Don't stress out about it. Stitching is supposed to be, you know, a happy, friendly outlet. Don't stress out. No stress about being behind. I am super behind on this one as well, and I had to let go of that stress. So I have been trying to catch up a little bit on spring. So I will show you quickly where I'm at with spring. Because I got done with my other stitch alongs and my mom took Jack Frost. And so now I've had a little bit more time to try to finish this. So this is where I'm at with spring. I'm on my 3rd tier and I'm almost there. Like I'm almost there. I just keep plugging away at it little by little. I think that these stitches are beautiful. Like I really, really love these stitches, but they're not like a zippity quick stitch. They take some time. So I'm still plugging away on spring. That's where I'm at with that. Oh, Kim says, God, gorgeous. I love the little pink bird. I know, they're so darling. She has so many little details in these that are just beautiful. And so I love them. I love them. And there are beautiful ones to come. So right now, you guys are probably finishing up, and I turned this one over to my mother as well, because she got done with Jack Frost and she's like, well, what else? Do you need me to do anything else? And I said, well, I'm really behind on this one. The only thing I have done on this one is the bird and the stars and half of the mug. And so she took that one to start stitching away at it. And then she contacted me this morning and let me know that I made a mistake. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. She said, I'm going to have to rip out some. Is that okay? I was like, yes, do whatever you have to do. Make mistakes. So you guys are probably working on July or spring, depending on if you're really far behind like I am, or if you're a little bit more caught up, or maybe you're done with all of them. And then the good news is that the next one we're doing is summer. And just yesterday in that little shipment of floss that I got the last skeins that I needed for summer. So summer is ready to go. So when I do the next round of invoicing for Stitch Alongs, which like I said, will be probably early next week, maybe over the weekend, depending on how the weekend goes, but Monday for sure, I think. Summer will be included in that. So for anybody who's been waiting for summer or been worried about not having received an invoice, don't worry, you haven't missed anything. I haven't invoiced anybody for this one yet. I just received the final skeins yesterday, and invoices will be coming out. And then this will get out the door to you. And you guys, it is so cute. There is a whale, there's a mermaid, there's a lighthouse. Like, it is cute. And the colors are so, so pretty. So summer is coming. We have everything for summer. And I think that, you know, I had ordered all of the floss for this entire Stitch Along months ago. And so that's kind of how far they are behind on certain really, really popular skeins of floss. But I think now I have all of the floss kits filled for all of the rest of the parts to the Stitch Along. So we should be completely on track for the future shipments of our Celebrate Tiered Tray Stitch Along. So after summer, we have Halloween, we have Christmas, and then we have Easter. And then she's still undecided about if she's going to do more or not. So I mean, if we finish Easter and there's no more out, then the Stitch Along will end. And if there are more out, then we'll add those into the Stitch Along. So that's where we're at for all of that stuff. That's the update for Celebrate Tiered Trays. I was excited to tell you that summer is going to be invoiced and it will be coming to you soon. So I'm happy to get caught up with that. Okay, and then we have some Stitch Alongs that are rapidly approaching. And so if you guys are interested in these Stitch Alongs, please reserve your spot because I'm going to need to start ordering soon. And I want to be sure that I order enough for everybody who needs stuff. So, and I do that based off of reservations. So please, if you are interested in joining these, please reserve your spots. They are in the shop, in the Stitch Along section. Reserve your spots. The first one coming in September, we will be starting this in September, is Spooky Hollow. This is by Little Stitch Girl. It is darling. It's going to be a 12-part series. She's still adding to the series. The series is not complete yet, but it is a spooky little town of all of these Halloween haunts that you can go to. So the first one is Rest in Peace, Bed and Breakfast. There's a Witch's Brew coffee shop. There's a library with a ghost on top reading a book. There is a gazebo at Pumpkin Park with that's the one that I started that got me hooked on this series. I started the Pumpkin Park one, which I think is number 5 in the Stitch Along. I started that for Stitch Mania and I loved it. I just loved it. And I was stitching it on Fabric Flare, Hazy Gray, which is like the perfect kind of stormy, cloudy fall sky background. Like it's just perfect. And the colors really pop on it. It just looked so, so cute. And then I think somebody asked about doing a stitch along for this one. And I was like, yes, why not? I mean, this is an adorable series. So this one is going to start in September. So if you're interested in joining our Happy Little Stitch Shop, Spooky Hollow Stitch Along, starts in September. Please reserve your spot sooner rather than later so that I can get you on my list. And then also starting in September, we have Happy Little Stitcheroos. For those of you who don't know, we have come up with the idea, I announced this weeks ago, of doing a Happy Little Stitcheroos kids stitch along. And really any age is welcome. It's not just for kids, but I will cater it a little bit more towards kids. But anybody, any age is welcome to join in. Like, don't feel like you can't sign up for the stitch along because you're not a kid, because you're an adult. You can still join. We would love to have as many people join the stitch along as possible. But we're doing a Happy Little Stitcheroos Kids Stitch Along Club. And I've not seen anybody else do this. I am so excited to like offer something different that maybe you guys can't get elsewhere. And we're going to stitch through Lori Holt's stitch card sets. So we're going to start with the first one. There's a reservation out there for you to join Happy Little Stitcheroos. We're going to start with the first one. And then depending on the interest and how well it goes, we will continue through the stitch card sets. So right now, Lori Holt has out stitch card A, B, C, D, and E, I believe. And they're perfect size little stitches for a new stitcher or for kids who want to learn how to stitch. They're just like the perfect size. And we're going to be stitching it on, shoot, I didn't grab the 10 count cloth, and it's going to be Lori Holt's vintage cloth, and the color is called Heritage, I think. But that 10 count cloth will be perfect for beginning stitchers, perfect for younger stitchers, to really have success and feel comfortable and have fun with it is what I hope. You know, it shouldn't be too difficult where it provides frustration. It should be fun, I think. So Happy Little Stitcheroos is starting in September. This stitch card set comes with 4 charts. So you will get 1 stitch along kit that will last you for 4 months. So you pay 1 fee, you get 1 shipment, and that shipment, you'll have everything you need for the next 4 months. So you'll get the stitch card set, which has 4 charts. You will get the floss kit, which will have enough floss for all 4 charts. You'll get the cloth, which has enough cloth for you to stitch all 4 charts and then probably even more. I have to do the math, but you should have plenty for more. So you get all 3 of those things in your kit, and that will last you for September, October, November, December. And then at that time, we'll decide if we're going to move on to stitch set B. So that's the plan. Happy Little Stitcheroos. The reservation is out there. We would love to have as many stitchers as we can possibly get. I know Elizabeth signed her kids up. I'm so excited to be stitching with them. And I'm not going to be stitching, but my girls are going to be stitching. My 13-year-old oldest girl is going to be stitching, and my 11-year-old middle girl is going to be stitching. And I cannot tell you how many times a day my 11-year-old says to me, when can we start stitching? When are we starting the stitch along? When is Happy Little Stitcheroo starting? Oh my gosh, she's so excited. Like, she's so excited. She's flitting all over the place, super excited about starting this. So we hope that you guys will stitch with us and sign up for Happy Little Stitcheroos in the shop. Okay, Kim says, super awesome idea. I can't wait to see all these kiddos stitching these. I hope so. Like, I hope more and more people will sign up. We have a good amount signed up now, and I hope to get more before September comes. My goal is to try to place the order, especially for the floss kits. I feel like I need to place it early in August, just because of the delays that are happening and them being probably 2 to 3 weeks behind schedule. I need to place the floss order to make sure I have enough floss for all of the kits at the beginning of August. So the sooner people can sign up, the better, because that'll really help me to gauge quantities that I need to plan for. And then coming in November, our stitch along that is coming up is the Shine On Sampler Stitch Along. And here is my little diagram to show our stitch along plan. So this is a cross stitch that was designed by Camille of Bonnie and Camille. And it is being released in their upcoming Quilt Bee book that is coming out in October. We are hosting a quilting block of the month club that is the Shine On Sampler block of the month club that goes along with that book. And then Sam, I think, came up with the idea of doing a cross stitch along at the same time. And so we added in the Shine On Sampler cross stitch along, and we'll be stitching at the same time that we are sewing the blocks of the month. So I am so, so excited about this one. This cross stitch is beautiful. The colors in it are beautiful. The quilt is equally as beautiful, and I can't wait to do both of them with you guys. I am planning to participate in both, and I'm so, so excited about it. I'm excited to get more sewing time into my life, and I'm excited to spend some more time with my sewing machine because I feel like I don't get as much time as I would like. And so I'm really, really excited about doing kind of a regimented time of setting aside some sewing time. Not like, oh, I need to go and do this quilt, so I'm going to go do this quilt, but regular timed sewing is what I'm looking forward to. And I think this block of the month will provide that. So I'm very, very excited about it. And I'm excited about stitching this. So our plan is to do the top part. You see up here, we'll start that in November. I tried to divide this out to make it really manageable, especially for those of you who are doing more than one stitch along and sew alongs. I mean, a lot of people are involved in multiple things, including myself. So I tried to make it manageable. And again, no stress. Like if you fall behind, don't worry about it. So the first part up here is for November. Then this part will be for December. Then we have January, February, and then this section for March. So over the course of about 5 months, we'll kind of take our time and stitch through this. And then at the end, we'll have this beautiful cross stitch to enjoy. So this is our Shine On Sampler cross stitch along. I hope that you will reserve your spot in the shop and join us for that. I would love, love, love to stitch this with you guys. And for those of you who are doing both the block of the month and the Shine On Sampler cross stitch along, you'll just get one book. So you don't have to, I'll coordinate it so that I have a list and I'll know who's on both lists, and we'll just coordinate it on your invoice so that you get one book, to do both things. And this cross stitch, I've had lots of questions about, is this cross stitch offered separately? It is not. It's not offered as an individual cross stitch. It is only offered in the book. So if you want to stitch this, you would need to get the book to be able to do that. But again, the book will be included. Like you'll be invoiced for that if you're signed up for the block of the month, and you'll be invoiced for it if you're signed up for the cross stitch. If you're signed up for both, you'll get one book to be able to do both. So I hope that makes sense. Kim says, yes, I actually want to rent a hotel room, grab my featherweight, and leave home for the night so I can get some serious sewing done. I don't think hubby would like that idea, but sounds good to me. I know. I miss having time just with my sewing machine. It's different than stitching. Like stitching provides a really excellent outlet for me, and I can be out there doing that while the kids are kind of hanging out, so I can be stitching while the family's around. But then there are times where it's like sewing and having just time, peaceful time to myself, and just being involved in a project that provides a completely different outlet and unwinding for me. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I would love to get in more sewing. German Girl Scherner says, on doing the block of the month, oh, good. Can I get that stitch along for Camille without the book? Will it get with the other shop block of the month? I think, I'm not sure. You just message me about that, and then I'll try to get a better idea of what you're asking, and then I can answer that question. So just send me an email. My email address is happylittlestitchshop@gmail.com. And I'd be happy to kind of work through that with you, because of course we would love to have as many people stitch with us. So I'm happy to work through that with you. Sharon says, that sounds wonderful, Kim. And Kim says, a girl can dream. I know. Have a date night with your sewing machine. No kidding. I agree. Okay, then let's see. What are we doing next? So please, if you're interested in those stitch alongs, Spooky Hollow, Happy Little Stitcheroos, and Shine On Cross Stitch Sampler Stitch Along, please reserve your spots because all of those, the ordering time frame is coming up and I want to be sure I have everybody covered. Then we have some Christmas in July, Happy Little Stitch Shop Christmas in July patterns to share with you. The first one is by Country Cottage Needleworks. It's called Christmas Cheer. This one is super cute. I just reordered it and replenished stock, so it's available in the shop. Then we have Dear Santa. This one I just replenished as well, also by Country Cottage Needleworks. This one is Holly Jolly. These are so, so cute. All of these are just adorable. Here's another one that's called By the Chimney. And then we have by Madame Chantilly Christmas Mice. I think this one is so cute. With those gigantic stockings and those teeny tiny mice decorating for Christmas. It's so cute. And then we have Lori Holt's Vintage Sampler. My mom really enjoyed stitching this one, and I really had fun finishing it for her. She changed her colors a little bit. I posted a picture on Instagram about it. So you can see our finish on there and how she changed her colors. But she had a lot of fun stitching these. You know, it's like getting 12 little charts all in one. And you could stitch them individually or you could stitch them together. My mom stitched them together and she thought that they were super cute. She had fun with that. Okay, and then I have some new charts that I just got in the shop that I have not carried before, so I wanted to share these with you guys. Sam says, too cute. Love the Christmas in July ones. Wish I knew how to cross stitch. The Shine On Stitch Along will be my first signing up today. Yay, Sam. I am so excited for you. Oh my gosh. Every time I get a person who decides to join and decides to start cross stitching, because it's happened with some other people, I genuinely get so excited for you because I think once you get into it, I think people are going to love it. Once you give it a shot and you kind of get more comfortable with it, you're going to love it. And it's going to, I think, become a fabulous outlet. So yay, everybody say yay for Sam. That's so exciting. It'll be so much fun to stitch with you. And I can't wait to see how you like it and watch your progress. Like, phew, I'm so excited. And I will help you. All of us will help you. Like, don't worry about that. We are here to help. She just said, I'll need help. We are happy to help. And I'm working on a beginner's cross stitch video. Like, believe it or not, part of this kind of learning tech stuff is in preparation for videos. People have been asking for videos and we are working on getting ready to do that. And so Nancy says you'll love it. And so there's going to be a cross stitch video coming. Homemaker's Life says, what is Shine On? You guys on Instagram, you're going to cut off in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. This is the Shine On Cross Stitch Along Club, Homemaker's Life. And so this one starts in November. There's a reservation online for it right now. Sam says, yay for the video for newbies. Thank you. You are welcome. I'm kind of going to do it geared towards the Happy Little Stitcheroos, but it will apply to anybody who is learning how to cross stitch and kind of figuring out how to make sense of the cross stitch world. So we're working on it. My hope is to get it done before this summer. Oh, you're welcome, Homemaker's Life. Kim says, you'll love it, Sam. Sharon says, get ready for a new addiction, Sam. You're going to love it. I'm so excited. Yay. Thank you, Sam, for joining. Lynn says, thanks for a very informative video. I feel like I'm all caught up on the news. My problem is that I want to stitch and quilt everything. Plus, I want a Sharon project bag for each project. No kidding. Okay, so here are the new ones that I just added to the shop. The first one is the next one in the Snow Village series called Iced Coffee Cafe. And as some of you know, we are starting the Stitch Along in January. So I'm very excited to stitch this series with you guys. So that's new in the shop right now. I also added this one called Let Us Adore Him. It's a beautiful church by Country Cottage Needleworks. And underneath it says, oh, come let us adore him. It's very, very pretty. Then I also added by Little House Needleworks. This one is called Be Merry. So, so cute. And then I added some Schooler Santas. This one is the 2020. So this is the most recent Schooler Santa. And I added the 2019 one. And I added the 2018 one. And then, let me take this down now that we're done with that. This one I thought was darling. It is called Christmas Avenue Quilt Shop. It is by a designer that I have never bought up from before. Her name is Sarah. It just says designed by Sarah. And it's called Christmas Avenue Quilt Shop. And it comes, you guys, with these two little buttons. One of them is stitched on, sewn on underneath the quilt sign. So it's like part of the quilt sign outside the shop. And the other one is kind of down here by the window. So it comes with these two cute quilt buttons. It's like a patchwork quilt button. And it's called Christmas Avenue Quilt Shop. Yeah, it does look like it has a lot of detail. I mean, the background is polka dotted background. But yeah, there are little bunnies in the front and ribbon in the front. It's very, very cute. But it's probably not going to be like a super fast small one. And the same with this next one. But some people love these that are like, you know, they take a while. It's kind of a labor of love, but they love them. So this is a Prairie Schooler one, and it's called Christmas Eve. But look at that. I thought it was so darling. Santa in his sleigh flying over that Christmas village. I thought it was so, so cute. So that's another one that's in the shop right now. Okay, now I have some exciting new notions to share with you that just arrived today. So I was working really quick before the live stream to get all of these online for you guys. First up, oh my gosh, stuff has fallen off the thing. I have rotary cutters. Look, I have rotary cutters. And so this is a Fiskars 60 millimeter rotary cutter and replacement blades. And the reason I'm so excited about this is because I have a rotary cutter and it would not work. Like it kept cutting uneven. I would cut and it would be like, cut, don't cut, cut, don't cut, cut, don't cut. And I kept having to go back and recut. It was driving me crazy. And so my mom ran and got a Fiskars for me, which I kind of hadn't used because I was always using Olfa. And it's like butter. It changed. Like my cutting is going so much faster. I kind of didn't want to branch out and get a new one. And then she just got it because I think she was tired of me cutting up all these kits and having to go back and take time to recut. And I would put a new blade on it and it didn't make a difference. It was like the blade was uneven on the wheel. Like it would just not cut evenly. And so I am using a Fiskars now and I love it. Like I kind of can't believe it, but I love it. And so I ordered these to have in the shop to share my love with other people. So this one is a bigger one. Usually it's the one that I use is a 45 millimeter, but this is more of a heavy duty one at a 60 millimeter. And so I'm excited to give this one a shot. So that is in the shop. I also ordered because I have a love of Dresden quilts. As you can see, look back here. I have my Snoopy Dresden quilt. And I have another Dresden quilt that I'm in the midst of. I just think Dresdens are so, so pretty. So this is the Dresden quilt ruler by Creative Grids that I used for both this and the smaller size Dresden. You can use this for any size Dresden. It goes all the way down to an inch, which would be teeny tiny. And so this is now in the shop. I decided to branch out and carry that. So that's in the shop right now too. So I'm excited about that. And then for happy little stitcheroos, you guys, I couldn't resist getting the kids some fun options for stitching. So first up, I replenished my stock of Lori Holt needles, the Nifty needles. I do think that the bigger needles in this pack would be really good for little hands to handle or for new hands to handle. She has some bigger ones that are in here. If you have multiple stitches, you could probably get one pack and still have a few big needles in here that would work really well with the 10 count fabric that we're going to be using. So I replenished my stock of these. Nifty needles are in the shop. Then You can cut several layers. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So Kim says they say with a 60 millimeter, you can cut several layers of fabric at a time. Because I'm cutting up so many quilt kits for the shop, I figured a 60 millimeter would probably be a good route to go. So I'm excited. I think that that will be my regular go-to shop rotary cutter. And then I'll still use the 45 for probably regular quilting, unless I'm doing some really extensive cutting, then I would use the 60 millimeter. So if you have a lot of cutting that you're doing, and if you're trying to cut through a lot of layers, I think the 60 millimeter is a good route to go. Okay, so then I got this as a gift from a friend, a little stitchy gift from a friend, and I thought that they were adorable. So now I have them in the shop, and I thought that they could be fun for happy little stitcheroos. They are these teeny tiny petite embroidery scissors. They're called Petites Heirloom Embroidery Scissors. They are in the shop right now, and they are so cute. When this friend sent them to me, I opened the package and I was like, oh my gosh, they're teeny tiny. They're so, so cute. And then I was joking around with my kids. I couldn't find them because they were so small, even though they were sitting on the table right in front of me. And my kids thought that was really funny. But they are adorable, and they are in the shop now. And then probably the thing that I'm most excited about, your little stitchers, or our little stitchers, are probably going to want a hoop to use. And I thought, oh, it'd be fun to have some kind of colorful, happy hoops. And so I ordered some small, colorful, happy stitching hoops that are in the shop for sale. We have yellow. These are 4-inch stitching hoops, which I think will work really nicely with the Lori Holt stitches. So we have yellow, we have orange, we have pink, we have green, we have blue, and we have purple. And these are called hoopla, and they have, they come apart. They have good grip, is what it says, that they're supposed to stay pretty good. You screw it back together. They're very, very cute. And so I thought these would be fun for anybody, really, because I love stitching with colors. And but I thought it might especially be fun for our happy little stitcheroos stitchers. So those are in the shop right now too. Tiny scissors. I know, they're so cute. Okay, and then you guys, I have been working on a collaboration with Beverly McCullough at Flamingo Toes. And I've kind of teased about it a little bit, but I haven't said much more because I wasn't sure if it was going to work out. Now I'm pretty sure that it's going to work out. So I'm very, very excited. I'm collaborating with Flamingo Toes to do some exclusive things for our shop only, to bring you guys some like happy exclusive surprises. And so I'm very, very, very excited about it. Do you still have those smaller Lori Holt bags? I do. I do have those little Lori Holt bags, the canvas ones. Yes, I do. Those would be great project bags. I know, they would be so cute. I do have some of those still in stock. And then your little stitcher can keep everything in one nice, tidy place. It would be just darling. I'm so excited about it. Okay, so Beverly and I have been talking for months now. We've been kind of going back and forth and working together on some exclusive things for Happy Little Stitch Shop. And I can't go into a lot of detail about them yet, but I will say that it's cross-stitch related, and it's going to be exclusive to our shop, coordinating with her upcoming fall needle minders, which I have seen, and they are so, so cute. And then another exclusive that coordinates with her Christmas needle minder. And with her Christmas needle minder, I'm rolling my eyes trying to decide if I can say this, which I think I can. Her Christmas needle minder is going to be released exclusively early release to Happy Little Stitch Shop. So I am so excited. I am so excited. Beverly is like such a sweetheart. I mean, she's just so sweet. You can just tell. I've never met her, but I've talked with her a lot, and you can just tell she has a really kind soul. Like she's got a good soul. She's a good egg. And so I'm super happy to work with people like that. And I'm super happy that she's willing to work with me, kind of a relatively new shop. And we're doing some exclusive stuff that you're only going to be able to get here. So I will release more as I can release more, but be prepared for probably late next month, early September, more information to start coming through. And then for the Christmas ones, probably pretty soon, I'll start to put some stuff out there about the Christmas plans. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. I like to try to provide something different that you can't get anyplace else. And so I'm very, very, very excited about this. And the patterns are adorable, and the needle minders are, I can't wait to get them for myself to add to my collection. Okay, so many fun things. And I'm just going to go into some updates about some of the quilting stuff. I'm not going to keep you guys long because we're already over an hour. So I don't want to take up more of your time. Okay, so for Sweet Snow Along, for the snow quilt kit, a lot of you have been reaching out and asking me what is going on, where is my kit? We were expecting it in June. There has been a delay. So it's for this kit right here. There were some issues with some errors in the quilt pattern. So I had received the yardage, I had received the fabric requirements, and I had gone through and cut up all the kits. I cut up all the kits. All the kits were cut up, and then I heard that there were errors in the fabric requirements that were provided. And so the quilt pattern has been redone, and it is being reprinted. And there are going to be some changes that I need to make to the quilt kits that I've cut. The quilt pattern I should be receiving soon. I've been working very, very closely with Riley Blake Designs and with Janet, the designer, to get this corrected and to get you guys an accurate pattern and an accurate quilt kit, and so that you guys get everything and it's perfect and you're ready to go. So like the other night, I was on the phone with Riley Blake Designs for over an hour. We were talking about this and kind of getting everything sorted so that my quilt kits can be corrected and we can get you the correct stuff. So we're all working together to like get this done and get it out the door to you as soon as possible. So from the latest update that I've gotten is that the quilt patterns have been reprinted and they are on their way to Riley Blake Designs. As soon as Riley Blake Designs gets them, they're going to get them out to me. I'm going to make the corrections to the quilt kits that need to be made, and I'm going to get those invoiced and get them out the door to you. So I would say keep an eye on your email for invoices over the next 1 to 2 weeks. And then you'll have your kit and you'll be ready to sew along. And I am sewing along with this, and I cannot wait. This is going to be, I mean, this quilt pattern was designed from an artist's point of view. Janet is an artist and she does beautiful, beautiful work. And so the intricacy of this quilt is going to be so much fun to make, these blocks that create like a picture, like an artistic picture. So I'm very excited to sew it. The fabric is beautiful. And once all of these pieces come together to form these blocks and then make up this bigger quilt, it's going to be wonderful. So I'm excited to sew with you. It will be coming. Keep your eye out over the next week or so. And that should be on its way to you. Thank you for all your work to get the Snow Sweet kit done properly. So looking forward to this kit. Me too. I am so, so excited about it. So that is coming. And then to update you on the other Snow Sweet Adventures quilt kit, I've also had questions from you guys about that. This is the quilt kit that comes in the box. It's a pre-boxed kit, and it looks like this. It's this one. This one has been delayed until August. So we were supposed to originally get this, I think, in June or July, but it's been pushed back to August because of shipping delays from where it's coming from. So it has nothing to do with any errors or anything like that. It has to do with just the state of the world right now, and that has impacted this kit. So they're estimating probably mid to late August. So as soon as I get it, I'll invoice and get those out the door to you as well. And then good news, I just got shipping notification right before the live stream started for Homegrown Holidays and Hollyberry. So I would say within the next week or so, keep an eye out for invoices for that. I probably won't get it this week. It probably won't be till next week, but keep an eye out probably sometime next week for invoices for those of you who have reserved for those. For those of you who haven't reserved, go and get your reservation because those will go fast once they're in. Both homegrown holidays, because it's adorable and it's so reasonably priced. That's going to go quickly, and I have a few left, I think. And then Hollyberry has been selling like hotcakes, and I went and I ordered more to be able to have on hand because I sold through my initial order. So I still have some of those left, but a lot of people have been ordering the Hollyberry one. So this is the Hollyberry one. It's by Corey Yoder and for Moda Fabrics, and it's just a beautiful classic Christmas tree quilt, kind of a tossed Christmas tree quilt. It's adorable. And then the Homegrown Holidays one has been very popular. It's just so cute and it's so reasonably priced. And that's by Deb Strain. Both of them are so, so cute. Okay, I'm going to start wrapping this up here. Sorry, I got so many things to share with you guys and so excited to share them with you. Don't forget our Pillow Kit of the Month program. Don't forget to sign up for our Shine On Block of the Month. This is going to be a lot of fun. And then in January, we're kind of doing the last hurrah for Lori Holt's Vintage Christmas Quilt. The Cozy Christmas fabric line is being discontinued. So I need to place this order probably in early October to be sure that we get all the fabric we need. So please reserve your kit by October 1st to participate in this Sew Along. I'm excited to do that one with you guys too. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, let's do our drawing. Our prize for this week is this bundle of Lori Holt fabric. It's a small bundle of kind of random cuts. It's at least a fat quarter, if not bigger. And there are 5 fabrics in here. And the winner is Naomi Ingram. Congratulations, Naomi. You have won this bundle of fabric. Please contact me to claim your prize. And then remember, in order to win the prize, Lynn says, is there an update on the squirrel quilt pattern? As far as I know, it's still on track for August. But that could mean like the end of August. You know, like Hollyberry was due in July and it's just shipping now. So it could be more towards the end of August, but I've not heard that there are any delays with that one yet. So fingers crossed that one should be on schedule for August sometime. I would assume more towards the end, but hopefully it'll come in August. So congratulations, Naomi. Way to go. You won. Contact me to claim your prize, and then I'll get that out the door to you. To win prizes through our live streams, you need to be sure that you follow me on Instagram, Happy Little Stitch Shop, or on Facebook, Happy Little Stitch Shop. Be sure you subscribe to our Happy Little Stitch Shop YouTube channel and comment in the comment section below answering the question of the week. So this week's question is, how many hours a day do you spend stitching? I'm curious, how many hours do you guys spend cross-stitching or sewing, whatever type of stitching you get to do each day or maybe each week? Just let me know how many times a day, how many hours a day or how many hours a week you get to spend doing sewing or stitching. And the prize is this 2012 Schooler Santa by the Prairie Schooler. So this is the prize for next week. Answer the question. Be sure to follow me on all the stuff and have a great week, you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I love, love, love hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate you and am very humbled that you would take time out of your week to spend it with me. So thank you so, so much. Have a great week, and I will see you next week back here at the same time, same place, Thursday at 1:30 Central Standard Time. We will see you then. Take care, everybody. Happy stitching.